Okay, can we see okay? Now, if you can take out your exam, yeah, maybe. Go ahead and turn them off, so. I'd have to print it out. I don't have it with me. Right. B4. What have we got going on first here? Figure 4 shows the curve which crosses the x-axis at 4 and 8. Line L is also shown, which is a normal to the curve at the point 26. Find the equation of, yeah, we're looking at the exam paper, the one I gave you last week. Find the equation of L, given your answer in that form. Alright, so the first thing I need to do is get the derivative here. So dy dx, bring down the power, reduce the power by 1, and that's a 6. And the x here is 2, so that's a minus 4, which means the slope of the normal, because it's perpendicular, is 1 over 4. So now I have y equals 1 over 4x plus c. The point I need to use is 2, 6. So that's 6 equals a quarter times 2, which is a half, plus c. So c is 11 over 2. So I have y equals a quarter x plus 11 over 2. That's the first part. Now, the next part, part 2, when you're ready, is the area. Can you all see the picture in your exam? Yeah, maybe you could look with. Yeah. It's 2 integrations. It's 2 integrations. So you have to integrate from 0 to 2, a half x squared minus 6x plus 16 dx. And then also from 2 to 4. Oh, sorry, yeah, I put the wrong one in, didn't I? It's the one right in front. A quarter x plus 11 over 2 dx plus 2 to 4, a half x squared minus 6x plus 16 dx. Yeah? You need to write something down, isn't it? For which part? 4 minus 6. It's okay? Is okay? Yeah. Okay, so if I integrate here, increase the power by 1, divide by the new power, 11 over 2x, 0, 2, plus increase the power, divide by the new power, increase the power, divide by the new power, and 16x, 2 and 4. Okay, so I just have to sub in 2, and that would be a half plus 11, and then I won't bother with the 0. Then I have to sub in 4, so 4 by 4 is 16, 64 over 6 minus 48 plus 64, and then I'll have to put in the 2, 8 over 6 minus 12 plus 32. Okay, let's see what we got here. 64 over 6 minus 8 over 6, 56 over 6, is it? Does 56 over 6, does that divide? No. Okay. So it's 56 over 6. A half. No other fractions. Okay, plus a half. 11 and 64. 75. Minus 48. And then plus 12 minus 32. That's minus 20, minus 68. 75 minus 68 is 7, isn't it? So that's, yeah, thank you. What's the final answer?
Minus 43.
Oh no, it can't be minus. No, it's definitely not minus. 16.8? What's that as a fraction?
101 over 6.
Thank you. Okay, for 5 marks. Yeah. Continue. B. A curve has that equation. Use the quotient rule to find the derivative. Okay, so they want the quotient rule and then the stationary point. So the quotient rule says it's the bottom squared, the bottom times root of the top minus the top, and then derivative of the bottom, which is 1. And that should equal 0. Yeah? Which means the top should equal 0. 2x squared minus 8x minus x squared plus 12 equals 0. So that's x squared minus 8x plus 12 equals 0. So what's that? X, 6 and 2? So x equals 2 or x equals 6, and then we can get the y's by subbing it back into this. 2 squared is 4, 4 minus 12 is minus 8, minus 8 over minus 2 is 4. 36 minus 12 is 24, 12 then, I think. There are the 2 answers here. Yeah. C, when you're ready. Wait, why are you so late? Why are you so late? Ah, wait. Oh, just about. Just about. Come on. Sit down. Okay. Yeah. Two. Ah. So the 2 came from there. And the 6 came from there. And the way I got the 4 is I took my 2 and I subbed it back into this to get the y. And it turns out, now I hope, I don't have a calculator, but I hope if you put 2 into this, you'll get y is 4. It's true, yeah? And if you put 6 into this, you should get 12 here, I hope. Okay, see? Yeah. Y equals 3x squared minus 6x plus 5 power 8. So, derivative here, bring down the power, reduce the power by 1, and multiply by the inside derivative. And they ask us to put in the value of x as 1, so that's 0. Okay. D. y equals root x squared plus x minus 1. Find the volume. So the volume is pi integrate from, what's the limit? 0 to 6 y squared, which is x squared plus x minus 1 dx. So that's pi x cubed over 3 plus x squared over 2 minus x, 0 to 6. No point in putting in the 0. Pi 6 cubed, 6 by 6 is 36. 72. 36. 18 minus 6. So that's 72, 80, 90, 90, 84 pi. Okay, you got that? Yeah, you got that? Can we go on to the next one? You need to take your formula book out for this one, if you've got it. So you just need to look up the formula for small sx, sy, and sxy. So I think sx is the formula in the formula book is square root the sum. Yeah, but is the, let me just think, the x is inside like this.
SX or SX?
Yeah, over n.
Yes.
Yeah,
Minus
yeah, minus x bar squared, like that. And it's the same thing for y, but just with a y. And then sxy, is there a root in sxy? No. And it's sum xy over n minus xy bar. Yeah, okay. So the first thing they want is sx. So by using the formula, and they tell us in the question what the sum of x squared is, it's 8230 over 10, which is nice, minus x average, which is 280 over 10. So the answer is root 823 minus 28. So what's that, please? What is it? Is it okay, or is it a problem?
Isn't it 28 square?
Oh, thank you. I lost my square. Thank you.
So it's
Square
square root 39.
root 39. Thank you. Okay. Sy would be square root, and you do the same thing. What's the 3, 4, 5 minus 17 squared?
Would they always give us some values like this without having?
2 root 14.
Maybe, if they're feeling nice. If they're feeling nice. Huh?
2 root 14.
2 root 14. Okay, that takes care of part 1. Oh no, it doesn't. I still have to do sxy, which is 518 minus 28 times 17.
5180.
Ah, but don't you divide by 10?
Oh yeah.
So what's that? 42? Okay. So that's part 1 done. Now on to part 2. So all I did there was just use the formulas. And also in your formula book, you want to calculate the correlation coefficient. which is the OR. And what's that? That's SXSY over SXY? Is that it? Or do I have it upside down? SXY over SXSY, which is 42 over root 39 to root 14. Yeah. So that's 21 over root 39 root 14. So what's that now? Positive 0. Yeah. Part 3, comment on this. This is a strong positive correlation.
So the second formula is the R formula is not in the book.
Is it not?
Where is it?
Oh, it is or it isn't? You saw it in there. What page number?
Page 7, like I only see the 3.
Page 6. No,
The R is the page before, in the bottom.
You got it? No?
yeah, page 6.
Yep. Okay, B. The probability it rains on any day is 0.6. Find the probability that it rains on both days. Easy peasy. 0.6 times 0.6 equals 0.36. And then a little harder is the probability that it rains on one day. So that's rain, no rain, or no rain, rain. So 0.6 by 0.4 plus, and the same thing, 0.4 by 0.6. So that's 0.48.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You don't need to draw anything for the question.
Nah, it's not. Nah, you don't have to. They never asked to, so if you prefer to, you can.
Just don't think it's enough.
Well,
It has 3 words.
has 3 marks. So there'll definitely be 1 here. And usually there's 1 mark for the fact that you add your answers together and not say multiply them. And then there'll be 1 mark for knowing that it's 0.6 by 0.4 and not, 0.6 by 0.6 or something else like that. So, C. 30 sunflower seeds are shown, and the heights of the plants after 8 weeks are shown in the table below. Estimate the mean. Right, so using our formula here, the mean height. So the middle of 20 and 24 is 22. Yeah. So it's 2 times 22 plus 5 times 26 plus 12 times 30 plus 7 times 36. Yeah. Plus 45 times, plus 4 times 45. Over 30. So, should be something like roughly, I don't know, 31 maybe. $32.2. Part 2. In which interval is the median? Well, the median is between the 15th and the 16th. Yeah?
30. 28 to
Yeah, the third one.
32.
Yeah. D. 25 students, 18 study maths, 16 study physics, and 12 study maths and physics. Draw the Venn diagram. Maths, physics, 12 study maths and physics, 18 study maths, 16 study physics. In total, there's 22 here, isn't there? So if there's 25 students, there must be 3 on the outside here that study neither maths nor physics. Part 2. Find P, M, and P dash probability of not maths or not physics, maths given physics. Okay, so maths and not physics, 6 over 25. Not maths, which is 3 and 4. Union, not physics, which includes the 6 now. So basically everything except the 12 in the middle. What's that? 6, 9, 13 over 25. And maths given physics is maths and physics over physics, which is 12 over 25, and physics is 16 over 25. So the answer is 12 over 16 then. Huh? I don't know if this one's in the book. I don't know. 3/4. I don't know if it is, Amjad. Might have to have a look. Is that last formula in the book?
No. It's not in the book.
It's not?
You only get the and the union from.
Yeah.
The one P A and B equals, yeah, okay.
P.
PA plus PB minus, yeah.
P.
Yeah? Yeah, but is it in the formula book is what people want to know. It's not? No, okay. Okay.
Do they bring these questions?
Yeah. 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 Huh? Yeah?
Did they bring these questions up to them?
Yeah. It's usually once per paper, this one. Yeah.
So how's
Yeah?
the second one 13 out of 25?
Is it not?
No, like I know it's 4 plus 6
It's
plus 3. but-
firstly not maths, okay? Not maths is 3 and 4. Agreed?
Yeah.
And then what's not physics? 6 and 3. I don't want to count the 3 again because I already counted it. So it's 6, 3, and 4. Yeah? It's okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Continue? Okay. B6 now. A. Find the value of K in that table. Well, you know that the whole thing has to add up to 1. So that can easily give you the K for 1 mark. Does anyone have that typed out? 0.27. Expected value of x would be minus 2 times 0.14, minus 1 times 0.08, plus 3 times 0.2, plus 5 times 0.31. So what's that? No calculator?
No.
1.7.
1.79? Okay. The next thing we need is the variance. And the variance is expected value of the x squared minus the square of the expected value of x. So the first one is nearly the same as what we just did, except these are all getting squared now. So it'd be 4 times 0.14 plus 1 times 0.08 plus 9 times 0.4 plus 25 times 0.31 minus 1.79 squared. Guys, you were supposed to have all this paper finished, so I should be hearing answers quite.
6.99.
6.99? No. Standard deviation is root 6.99, which is 2.64. Okay. B. 40% of people are over 180 centimeters. In a group of 20, what's the probability that there's, okay, 9 or fewer tall people? So that is just a matter of using the tables. N is 20, X is 9, and P is 0.4. What is it? 553? Okay. That's part 1 done. Part 2. The probability that there are 12, more than 12, so that's 13 or more tall people. Well, that's equal to 1 minus the probability of not 13 or more, which is 12 or fewer tall people. So that is 1 minus, and then we go to our tables again, and 1 sec there. You're giving me the final answer or the table?
The table.
Okay, 0.
0.9790.
Okay, so 0. Sorry, I knocked this out. 0.21, like that? Yeah. That's okay for 3 marks in total. C. The mass of packets of T follows a normal distribution with mean for 80 and standard deviation 8. Find the packages which are below 466. Okay. The heck? Come on. What's going on here? Alright, C. So we've got mean of 480, standard deviation of 8, and we want the ones below 466, so that's this here. We'll have to calculate our Z, which is 466 minus 480 over 8. Is that 14 minus 14 over 8?
Yeah.
Which is minus 7 over 4, which is minus 1.75. So we need to look up the table book of minus 1.75, but we can't look up a minus, can we? So then we have to look up 1 minus table book of 1.75, and our answer is
1 minus 0.955.
okay.
0.0401.
4%. Okay, D now. D. A sack holds a large number of bulbs of different colours. The label on the sack claims that they're red, white, purple and yellow are in the ratio of 1, 2, 3, 4, and you sample 100 and you get the following colours. State your hypotheses. Okay, so the null hypothesis is that the frequency of red, the frequency of white, the frequency of purple, and the frequency of yellow should be 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, and the alternative is that the frequency of red, frequency of white, frequency of purple, and frequency of yellow is not 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. Okay? Work out the expected values of each. So if you, what you do is you do 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, which is 10. And then you have a sack of 100. So the first one is 1/10 of the 100, then 2/10, then 3/10, and then 4/10 of the 100. So 1/10 of 100 is obviously 10. So they chose the numbers nicely so that you expect to get 10, 20, 30, and 40 is what you expected to get. 3, carry out your chi-squared. So your chi-squared is the difference between what was expected and observed. So the difference between 10 and 8 is 2 squared, which is 4 over 10, plus the difference between 20 and 23 squared over 20. Is that right? Plus the difference between, okay, that's a 9 again. And the last one, the difference between 40 and 36 is 4 squared is 16 over 40. So what's that chi-squared? It should be kind of small. 1.55? Is that right? I can't hear. 1.55? Yeah. Okay. So if we go to the tables, we need to look up what the critical value is. Now, for this one, they want you to use 10%. So if you look up the chi-square tables for 10%, what's the critical value?
6.25.
Say again?
6.25.
Okay. And we are less than the critical value. So therefore, we do not reject the null hypothesis, i.e. we have evidence to support the claim. That is, i.e.
But don't they mean the same thing? I don't get why
What did it mean the same thing? Yeah. That's why I'm using the IE here. Because I'm not saying something new. Huh?
And what
Yeah? This is about IE?
Yeah.
What?
is it needed? Like, would there be grades for it? Like,
No, but it's just good practice to be precise with your language. Yeah.
What's the degrees of freedom?
Oh, yeah. What's the degrees of freedom here? I forgot to say that when you were looking it up. 3. Is that the value you used for the 6.25?
yes.
Yep. B6 and B5 I thought were pretty straightforward.
B5
Yeah,
B5 was good. B4 was a little tricky, but not too bad.
Before, the only tricky part was knowing when the curve changes from.
Yeah. B3 was a bit tricky.
What did you
And kind of B2 was as well.
B3 was tedious. B2 was the hardest one.
I think the easier questions were at the back. B5 and B6.
Do you have any tips for like picking
Yeah, which is the best ones to pick.
Yeah, like time-wise, time is constrained.
Yeah, some of them are just tedious. You just have to go through the equation and type the whole thing out on a calculator.
My advice, me personally, is the statistics and the probability questions are probably the best ones.
But
Is it
that's
always
just
the
because
case?
you like statistics.
Is it always the case? I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
I think you're biased. I think
No, for me,
that's just
before always come.
Before what?
Before always come in the exam. Not the
Yeah,
same.
no, but what we're talking about, which is the best ones to pick. So
I think that's just because you like statistics.
maybe, but the problem is the before one people can screw up because, for example,
But it takes way less steps. So
no, please listen to me. Pretend like I have experience. Okay, so what normally happens in B4 is sometimes you get a hard question which people screw up. So you might get a question like this. They give you a shape like, I don't know, like there'd be a line at the start like usual, and then it would go down, and there, I don't know, there might be like another line here, or something like that, and they ask you for this area. It's very common for students to miss the fact that there are three pieces here. 1, 2, and 3. A lot of the time student will integrate from A to B and then B to D. Instead, A to B, B to C, C to D. You know, that's a very easy mistake to make. That's one problem. The other problem is this particular integration question didn't have anything tricky in it, like by parts. In fact, did the previous one have by parts in it? Did it?
Yes, the log one.
B3? Where?
No, it's not.
sir, I have a question.
Yes.
In the graph that you just drew, I
Yeah.
don't want to be stupid, but shouldn't, or it might be, shouldn't the C be a little bit behind? Because I think at that point it's a bit after where it changes from like negative to positive.
I can put the C wherever I want. I'm Stephen. So if I want to put the C here, if I want to put the C here, I can put it wherever I want. There's nothing special about where I put the C. Nothing at all. I'm trying to answer Mo's question. Mo, I would think you probably want to make sure you do the statistics and probability. This is version 1 of the exam. Let's have a look at version 2. Do you want to take out Moodle, please? Whoa.
Which version was the real exam?
Which one was what?
The real exam.
The exam last year? I don't know, because it's random. It's like going to be 1, 2, 3, or 4. Each school gets a different one. You know what I mean? It's random. So I don't know. Can't remember.
So, GT version 2.
Yeah, I'm just going to have a look at it. Maybe we could do that one now.
There's only 2 versions online. Version 1 and version 2.
I might have more now.
For the finals?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got
2 versions.